Hello again. This is day 3 of my April trip report, and we headed to Animal Kingdom Park today. We started the day by missing our bus. We walked up to the bus stop and watched the Animal Kingdom bus drive away, which is never a good feeling. The bus service at Caribbean Beach is good, but there are 6 internal bus stops, which can be, quite a long trip around the resort. But we are at the Trinidad bus stop, which is the last stop before you go straight to the parks. So it's actually a good bus stop to be at to go to the parks. However, the screen at the bus stop said the next bus wasn't coming for 25 minutes, and it was already 8 o'clock. The park had opened, and we just wanted to get there. So when that happens, I choose to take a Lyft or Uber, and I pulled one up, and a driver was there in 5 minutes. And we actually got to the park so fast. We were at the park in sub 10 minutes. We just drove right in the gates. I was worried there might be a little backup at the parking gates in the morning. Sometimes there is, but Animal Kingdom was, for the most part, really low crowds today. So we had a special treat when he went through the gates, and our driver, Renato, can do Donald Duck's voice, like spot on. And he was cracking us up. And the woman at the gate knew him, and he said, "Thank you," in his Donald Duck voice. And I was like, "You must have practiced for years doing that." And he said he did. It was funny. So we laughed, and he got a good tip. So that was fun. Something I want to mention is that we lost my daughter's Magic Band. Well, she lost it, but anyway, she didn't have a Magic Band, and so I got the chance to try out the new mobile Magic on my iPhone, where you can access your park ticket on your phone and essentially access everything for my Disney experience on your phone. And it worked like a charm. I did add the pass to my Apple Wallet, and then as we were walking up to the turnstiles, I just pulled the pass up for her in my Apple Wallet. And instead of scanning her Magic Band, you just hold your phone up to the Mickey, and it bing, turned green, and in we went. So, I feel like Magic Bands are getting to be like a bonus accessory that you just don't need if you're willing to do it on your phone. Now, I personally love to have it on my wrist so I don't have to get my phone out, because the more that Disney moves to getting everything on your phone, the more I feel like my phone is in my face all day. And that's just a different experience of your vacation, when you're always on your phone. I really don't like it. So I prefer the Magic Band for everything, and then I don't have to get my phone out again. So anyway, but it was great, and it saved us a trip to go to the ticket counter to get a ticket card for her. I could just use my phone, so that was wonderful. As I mentioned, the crowds at Animal Kingdom were low for the most part. However, first thing in the morning, well, it wasn't first thing in the morning. By the time we got there, it was 8:30-ish by the time we got in there, and the line for the safari ride was already so long. So people are on to the rope dropping here, and most people don't get to the park right when it opens. They get there a little bit later, and by 8:30 the line was already quite long. I think the wait was 50 minutes, and I said to my daughter, "This is going to be way lower later in the day, so we're just going to come back and do that later." So we did. We went and rode all the low lines then. And so the key with wait times in the age of no fast passes right now is just do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. So if everyone else wants to ride those headliners first thing in the morning to get them out of the way, then you just go and do the stuff that everyone else isn't doing. So we went and rode the Flying Dinosaurs in Dino Land. We went on Expedition Everest, which was 5-minute wait. We went and walked the trails for the animals. And then we saw the bird show, which was excellent. And I hadn't seen it in probably over 10 years. And it's just so enjoyable. And my daughter had never seen anything like that before, so she was especially tickled. So they do a really good job with the bird show if you can fit that in. And it's easy to miss because it's not on the list of attractions in the app. It's on shows or entertainment. So it's an easy thing to miss. But you'll have to check the times for the show when you arrive. But fitting that in was great. We ate lunch at Flame Tree Barbecue, which is my favorite quick service in Animal Kingdom. Well, it's kind of tied with Satu'li Canteen, but we ate there for dinner, and honestly, Flame Tree was better. Today, they've changed the pricing of everything there. And so we shared, my daughter is 8 and she's a light eater, and I'm a pretty light eater too, honestly. We shared an entree, the chicken and ribs entree, and it comes with coleslaw and baked beans, but we added the cornbread for $2 more, and I think it was $18 total. We split that for lunch, and it was so much food. We left food behind, but it's so good. Their ribs there are so good. So splitting entrees, people ask me a lot about food budget, and splitting entrees is a great way to cut down on the food budget if you have any light eaters in your group that can split one, because the servings are so big here, I find. And because so many people ask about the food budget, I'm keeping track of every penny that we spend on food while we're here, even in the embarrassing things, like when I splurge on a drink at the pool bar and spend $15 on a drink. I did that the other day, but it was so good. It was worth it. So I will let you know at the end of the trip our total food budget to give you an idea of what we spent. That's about it. We came back to the resort after lunch we left the park at 2, and I was starting to feel really tired and my feet were hurting. And I was like, man, we were planning to come back later that night. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to want to come back. However, we took the bus back to the resort. We spent 2 hours at the pool with my feet up. I swam with her and then rested for a while. And then I felt fine. I felt amazing. So that break in the middle of the day, like we always take that. And I know a lot of people stay and press on, but like we went back then and left at about 5 and went back to the park until it closed at 8. Well, we stayed after it closed, but it was so much more enjoyable. Like the being the trooper at the park and staying all day. I'm not doing that ever. So it's just something to think about, that like, yeah, you'll miss a few hours at the park. You might not get to see everything, but you might have way more fun because you'll feel rested and you can stay late. So though the park closes technically at 8, you can get in line for an attraction at 8 and experience that, and then you can stay. They won't kick you out. You can stay and shop, and the gift shops are very crowded kind of at the end of the day. People wait until the end of the day to buy stuff and then take it out to the car with them, but it's really nice. Oh, also I want to say one more thing about posted wait times. The posted wait time for the safari, when we did ride it at the end of the night, was 35 minutes. The actual wait time was 12. So at the end of the night, do not be intimidated by those wait times. They discourage people from getting in line at the end of the night by jacking up the wait times. I know that seems bad, but I don't know why they do it when they do it. But yeah, we got in line for the safari at about 7, and the last safari went out at 7:30. And it was like 12 or 13 minutes when we were on. So it was great. I'm glad we didn't wait 50 minutes in the morning. So, all right, I'll check in with you tomorrow.